Have you ever made a mistake so big that it almost ruined your best work? I did, and it involved my finest 120 film roll featuring the breathtaking Dolomites. Stay tuned to find out what happened, but first, let me show you the beautiful images that I captured. We only had 2 days in the Dolomites, but wow, did we packed in beautiful and adventure activities. Our journey began pretty early in the morning. We rose with the sun, and then by 6 a.m. we had already loaded the car and we were ready and excited to start our first camping trip. The Dolomites are just a few hours away from where we live, so naturally we made a pit stop for a cappuccino halfway there. I was already in love with this place because the majority of the people there were speaking both Italian and German, and as a lover of languages, I was already smitten while sipping on my cappuccino. The views from the car trip were absolutely stunning, so I had to record a few videos on the way. Our first stop was along the road when we first spotted the Dolomites. We just had to pull over and I took my first few photos there. For this trip, I packed my beloved Mamiya 645 and my new FUJIFILM X100V. Stay tuned until the end of the video where I chat a bit more about how I'm testing this camera, what I included in this video versus what I'm including in future videos. We then continued our journey to our first planned destination, Lake Misurina. This lake is renowned for its particular climatic characteristics, which are extremely beneficial for those with respiratory diseases. In fact, this beautiful building that you see in my photos is the only center in Italy for the care of childhood asthma. That day there was a vintage Vespa reunion and I couldn't resist taking a few photos of these beautiful and nostalgic scooters. These are also one of the most recognized symbols of Italy. Talking to the owners of these beautiful vintage Vespas that were there, we found out about an event, the Coppa d'Oro delle Dolomiti, which started in 1947 as a real speed race on public roads. Its roots winds through the marvelous UNESCO Dolomites and it has fascinated car enthusiasts for over 70 years. Next, we stopped for lunch on our way to Cortina to test out our new camping gear, and we were so excited about it. Our next planned stop was Cortina, which is a picturesque town located in the heart of the southern Dolomitic Alps. There we witnessed the Lavaredo Ultra Trail, which is a series of trail running races that attract thousands of athletes internationally. My partner is an ultra runner, so we spent some time there cheering on the finishers and also soaking up the magical vibes. And naturally, I took a few photos there as well.
Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby.
After Cortina, it was finally time to check in at our first camping site, Sass Dlacia camping, which, you guessed it, is located in the heart of the Dolomites. We set up our new tent, which is huge, and we fell in love with it. The experience was amazing. I cannot describe it. The trail paths started right from our camping site, so we took full advantage of that. I explored the beautiful surroundings while my partner did 2 amazing trail runs. I will link his video down below. You can check it out. It's in Italian, but the scenery is breathtaking. Once we got back home and I watched his video, his footage, I asked him to go back and to plan another trip there because I also want to go there hiking. The rest of the evening, we just chilled and enjoyed our first camping night, which exceeded our expectations. We had pizza and the rain just added a magical touch to the experience. The next day, we were both up pretty early. My partner did a 5 a.m. trail run and I did a 6 a.m. walk with my little horse, Daphne. And I found beautiful places to wander with her. I took my FUJIFILM X100V. It's beautiful. This camera, I'm in love with it. It's so lightweight and you can carry this camera while hiking. I'm even considering testing it while running. While I'm in love with my Mamiya 645, it was not an option for me to carry that camera while I was alone hiking with my big dog. So I took the FUJIFILM X100V. I tested it and I fell in love with this camera for this kind of trip, this kind of activity. After leaving the camping site, we headed to our last planned stop, Lake Braies. Braies or Braies, it depends on the origin of the pronunciation. However, it's a pretty renowned place. As expected, we found a lot of tourists there. We only had time to do a quick walk and take a few photos there, but we are definitely planning another trip to this lake because we want to do the circular trail path around the lake. I was also dreaming about bringing my paddleboard there, but I looked up online and found out that it's not allowed. So I'll just be happy to do the hiking when we get back. I am also planning to go back there during the fall season because I think it's going to be extra magical with the fall foliage, etc. Okay, and now let's talk about the elephant in the room, my Fuji X100V that you can probably see behind me. This was my first trip with the camera as I just got the camera, even though I have been dreaming about this camera for years because photographers seem to be pretty in love with this camera. I've heard so many amazing things about its film emulation skills and I wanted to put this to the test. In fact, I only shot JPEGs. What you saw during this video are JPEGs that I did not edit, and this was on purpose. I just wanted to see how good these JPEGs were straight out of camera. While on my latest camping trip, which was the last weekend a few days ago, I'll make a future video, probably the next one, about that. I shot both JPEGs and RAWs because I wanted to take the RAW file and edit those to better match a film scan and see how I can use this camera to better match the beautiful tones of film. So stay tuned for future videos about these tests. And now for the reveal of the dumbest photography mistake that I've ever made. I'm still mad at myself and I'll definitely be more careful in the future because this stressed me out so much. Basically what happened is that I had my film roll hanging from a lamp in my room because it was drying and I was preparing a bag to go to the lake and I was placing in the bag my sunscreen. I don't know what happened, but a splash of this sunscreen hit the roll and I just panicked. The best solution that I tried to recover the film roll was to bathe it into distilled water. But before doing that, I was panicking, so I used a cloth to remove the sunscreen from the film roll, which was sticky. So I ended up with a lot of fabric on the film roll, which is so stupid. So stupid. I do not have any footage of me during that accident because I was so mad and I was panicking. But the distilled water helped. I rescheduled my trip to the lake and I spent a few hours, not even kidding, few hours to just clean the film roll and scanning and re-scanning until I was satisfied with the quality of the scans. I was so mad at myself again because this, I think, is one of the best film rolls that I've shot so far in my film photography learning journey. So I was seriously concerned about having damaged the film roll. Luckily, I was able to salvage it and I'll be more careful in the future, as I just mentioned. Don't be like me. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful Dolomites, and I also hope you're finding value in me sharing my highs and lows with learning film photography. Don't forget to check out the next videos that are about to appear on the screen on that note, and also thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Ciao!
I would say we were good together.